Hello, I'm That Magic Card Kid. So, we're going to be continuing Shonen Month with our second episode, which is One Piece. So, the main theme behind One Piece is that... But do keep this in mind. I do not know much about One Piece. I have read about 10 chapters of the manga and watched about 5 episodes of the anime. The first 5 and first 10 for both of those. So yeah, I'm not very well versed in its actual storyline or the actual characters and their actual abilities. But I have been able to pick up on the main themes of them. So, what's the main themes? Pirates, which is pretty obvious. And the second one is fruit. I was actually fairly surprised when I figured out this combination, but it's true. So basically the main idea behind the show is that there's one piece of treasure that is the biggest in all the land, so all the pirates are going off to try and get it for themselves. So the main thing that makes these pirate battles interesting, because it is battle based, is the way that they have all of them get powered, so all their superpowers and stuff come from fruit. So it's simple after that. All I need, blue, green, a lot of pirate ships, and something along the lines of fruit giving you more powerful. I think you can figure out some of the things I put in there already. So, let's start it off with the actual pirates. So, for the actual pirates, I've decided to go with 4 of the 10 cards I own this deck. So, the 4 pirates, all blue, are the Reef Pirates and Pirate Ship for the 2 ships. So, Reef Pirates, pretty simple one. It's a 3 cost, and what it does is whenever it hits, you may destroy the top card of the attacked player's life. So basically it's a semi-mill, semi-break combo sort of thing. So yeah, it has its uses in there. For its cost, it's pretty alright. Let me just double check where its power and toughness are. 2. So yeah, it's an alright hitter. A little bit weak, but because of its ability, it sort of makes up for it for its price. So yeah, that's alright. Now, second one, Pirate Ship, is fairly expensive. It's 5 cost. Its power is pretty good at 4, its toughness 3. So yeah, that's alright. But it sort of goes downhill when you find out that it can only attack as long as target player controls an island. Now, I have ways of fixing that, and we'll get to those later. But as for that, until then, we're going to be talking about the Tim ability. Now, the Tim ability, as some of you might know, is one where you just tap them, and they do damage. Simple, effective, and you don't even have to attack. So that's just the idea. Its last ability is that it will be destroyed if you don't control it, which sort of makes sense. And unless your opponent's really just gonna hit you with something that's gonna destroy all your islands, you're not really gonna have any trouble with that. So yeah. So the other 2 pirates are Talus Explorer, and Kuki Missa Pirates. I really do apologize, I had no idea how to pronounce that name. So, Talus, sorry, his ability, pretty simple one. Basically what he does is, when he comes into play, look at target opponent's hand. Simple as that. He's 2 cost, so pretty early on you'll know what your opponent's doing. And his other ability is he's a flying 1/1. So yeah, pretty simple. So you'll be able to get him a couple of good hits early on with him. In fact, he's probably the cheapest creature in this deck. He is without a doubt the cheapest creature in this deck. So yeah, it's 1/1 flying, and you get to look at your opponent's turn. Pretty awesome. So the one that I can't pronounce the name of, sorry. So their ability is, whenever they would hit your opponent, you have the choice of either doing the 2 damage that they can do, or you can choose to have them instead take all of your opponent's artifacts and give them to you. So it's pretty simple. So it's like, oh, your opponent, I don't know, has an artifact creature deck. Pretty well perfect for that sort of situation, stealing all your opponent's creatures. So yeah, simple enough sort of thing. The Cookie Massa, I'll just call them Cookie Monsters, they're fairly alright. I mean, they're a bit expensive for what they do, which is 4, but you can't be much picky when you're just choosing pirates. So yeah. Well, let's move on to the reasons why the pirate ship and the rest of this deck can really do a lot of damage without your opponent being able to stop you that well. So, the big thing that you want to get out for the basically game-winning combo sort of thing, because this is sort of a, not really a combo deck, is the combination of Seize Clan, which it's a 1 cost, and what it does is enchants target land and is an island. So this is 2 advantages. So if your opponent has very few, needs 1 color that isn't blue, and they basically just need more of that color and they only have 1, then you can just screw around with them and enchant that land and turn it into an island. But it also has a good other effect, which is if you put it in combination with Fish Liver Oil, which turns an enchanted creature into one with Island Walk. So, simple combination. Altogether, both cards cost 1. That's any card you want for 1 each, plus your first turn to turn into an unblockable beast. It's pretty good. The combination itself, easy to get out, like I said, it's 1 cost each card, apart from the creatures. It goes well in combination with the other creatures because they're pirates. They're going to spend most of their time on the sea anyway, so yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can't make some of those pirates a little bit bigger, shall we? So, in order to make your creatures actually pose a threat, instead of just having one of them hit for 4, really, I've decided to throw in order to show off the fruits, 3 cards. So what they are is Might of the Masses, Might of the Oak, and the last one, Silkman. So, Might of the Masses, if you don't know this one, you're a bit really off. All target creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. Simple, and it's a 1 cost and an instant. Yep. The second one is Might of the Oak, which is a 4 cost, and basically what it does is just target creature gets +7/+7. So yeah, that's a turn 4 or 5 since it's a pirate ship. But just turn 4. Yeah, just go like that. So yeah, you can easily hit for or your opponent for 8 on turn 4. Unblockable, sort of thing. What else is there? And the last one, Silknet. I just threw that in there just because it doesn't give you much power, it just gives you +1/+1. But, you know, it's a little bit extra strength thrown in there, which is always good, and a little bit extra power, not much. It's only a 1 cost as well, so yeah, that also makes it better. But the reason I really threw it in there was just because it has the reach ability, because I've really just in the past gotten sick of flying creatures, and besides, the main character of the show is made of elastic, so I may as well throw in the ability to make him reach as far as possible. So the last card we're going to talk about is Deep Sea Kraken. So this is basically just a little bit of a joke, just so you can say release the Kraken sort of thing. So basically his abilities is the main one that you're going to be concentrating on is his Suspend 9. So basically what he is it's 3 cost to suspend him for 9 turns, which may seem like a lot, but when compared to his normal price, which is 10, that's pretty good. So yeah, and one of his abilities apart from the suspend one, which is to help you with the suspend one, is whenever an opponent casts a spell, remove a time counter. So that's a good one, especially if you're against white weenies, because your opponent's just shelling out these cards. So in other words, I have seen games where white weenie decks have played up to 10 cards in a turn. Now those are weird. But anyway, yeah. So, and that sort of thing. So, yeah, just straight up getting them out very quick, much quicker, and making your opponent reconsider every move they make, which is always something you don't want to do, because, you know, every time your opponent is rethinking, the more you get into their head, which is a fun thing to do. Anyway, so, the real things that you're going to want to get this guy out for, so that's just ways of getting him out, and he's ridiculously expensive anyway, so yeah, you're going to want to get him out now, just because it'll be funny when you get a 10 cost out in turn 5 or something. Anyway, his abilities include he is unblockable and he's a 6/6. So simple. Not much you can really more say about that than you really can. So basically, since you won't be paying any mana the turn he comes out or anything, or the turn after he comes out really, you'll just be able to straight up play like the Might of the Oaks sort of thing. So in other words, you're going to be hitting your opponent for 13, which without a doubt by that time would be enough to instantly kill them. And since he's unblockable, they can't stop him unless they have something that can stop, just something that would prevent the damage. But then you could just hit them straight again. And not even forgetting about all your other creatures that will be doing all their own stuff. Anyway, so yeah, simple enough. You're going to be wanting to release the Kraken as soon as possible. The other creatures are there just because they're good. You always need other creatures apart from just one, because that would just be silly, and I've never created a deck with just one creature. Anyway, so yeah. So yeah, just releasing the Kraken is your main priority for winning the game. Your other cards there to either just kill your opponent just from attacking, or just hold off long enough for you to be able to release your Kraken. And also the rest of the deck is just making your creatures unblockable and hit hard. So yeah, that's the end of this deck. See you next time.